is so loud in here. I can't communicate. I'm sorry, we gotta do a voiceover. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Beautybybniecy here. If this is your very first time, welcome to the Niecyfam. I am hoping that by the end of this video you will decide to join the Niecyfam by subscribing and seeing amazing videos every week. Now, if this is my very first time, as always, thank you so much for coming back. And also, if you have not subscribed, even though you come back every week, like, come on, you love this channel, make sure that you subscribe. So in today's video is going to be a chit chat basically about what is going on recently, and I am also going to try to use black owned companies to create this look. Now, I said I will try. Throughout the video you will find out if I was successful to use only black owned companies to create this look. All right guys, I'm excited. If you are, I need you to stay tuned. So starting off, I'm gonna spray my face with this Fenty Beauty What It Do setting spray and primer. I didn't really prime my face, I just used this. Mind you, I cannot confirm that Fenty Beauty is black owned. I know Rihanna is the face of the brand, but I cannot confirm that it is black owned. But that is what I'm using today. So I don't own any black owned eyelid primers, unfortunately, so I had to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is a very light shade, but I know a lot of companies online that make amazing primers, and I'm gonna try to purchase one myself, so I'll leave all their information in the description box. So please make sure that you check my description box for all those companies. The first eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today is the Chentilly Cosmetics Suns Out, Buns Out eyeshadow palette. This company is on Instagram. Check my description box for all their information. So, looking at what is currently happening in our society today, and I can say that the George Floyd murder is the tipping point. It's like the icebreaker of everything that has been going on for so many years, not just in the United States, you guys, but around the world when it comes to people of color, especially black people. I can say that when this comes up, it kind of makes a lot of people uncomfortable because they cannot relate to it. Okay, that is the first defense. They cannot relate to it, but this has been a problem. The fact that you cannot relate to an issue does not mean that it doesn't exist, guys. So take for instance, you're living in a country, right, where you get food, you get electricity, you get water, like the basic human things that you need to survive, you get it. And someone is living in another part of the world, okay, they don't have electricity or they are not getting food. It's like a food desert, okay, and then they complain that there is hunger. And then you who lives in a country or a place where you get food, you're like, oh, there is no hunger in the world. I mean, I check myself right now, I'm not hungry. Yes, you're not, but that does not take from the fact that somebody else is hungry and they live in a hunger stricken nation. So that is what it is. The fact that some white people cannot relate. They will say they themselves have never been racist towards other black people, then racism does not exist, which is even wrong, because there are different types of racism that exist in this world. And so what I was trying to say was there are different types of racism, right? There and in this present day, there is the unconscious bias that people have, which they think is not racism, but that is a result of racism. Take for instance, you're in a company, you do an amazing job, and a position comes up. And I can say this even for myself and even from experience, okay? A position comes up, you know you're good. You know you should get this job. You apply for this position and they don't give it to you, okay? They don't give you this position, and then they give it to someone else who is white. They give this white person this position, and guess what? Since you already have the knowledge, they're like, oh, we are gonna need you to train Karen or Stacy or Christine. We're gonna need you to train her for this position. She's gonna be a manager, but we need you to train her. Yeah, that is unconscious bias. You picked this person even though she was not qualified, but you just picked her. Sometimes it's subconscious. You don't even think about it. And that is the problem, especially in our institutions, in our schools, in the quote unquote professional environments. They're not racist. I mean, they will not lynch you, hang you, they will not put your foot on your neck. But then there are opportunities that they will take it away from you. And when we come to our schools, it's even worse, guys. It is the worst. So I guess what will be the approach to this situation? I'm not gonna say a solution to this situation, but an approach towards a solution. I feel like regardless of all the laws that will be passed and all the statements that are made by different institutions and companies and organizations, the root of the issue starts at the home and the individual. You have to make a conscious effort, okay? And I mean conscious in bold letters, red ink, and underlined. You have to make a conscious effort to combat racism and bigotry and just flat out bias, okay? You have to consciously think about it anytime that you encounter someone of color, because guess what, bias is usually unconscious. So you have to consciously sit down and think, this decision that I'm gonna make, is it to the benefit of someone who is of a different color? Am I making this decision solely based on this person's color or their character, color or their qualification, color or what they actually deserve? I feel like regardless of what all institutions do, it comes down to the individual, yourself, what you do to contribute or to combat racism and bias. So personally for me as a Christian, I feel like the ultimate way that we can eradicate racism, hate, and not loving our neighbor like we love ourselves, the ultimate way is through Christ, and it's through the love of God. It's through obeying God's word, which clearly says that we should love our neighbor as we will love ourselves. Basically, what you feel like you deserve, let your neighbor have it. I feel like we as a human race have gone so far away from God in such a way that, I mean, in America, we've asked God to leave our schools. We don't, our kids don't even say their prayers anymore at school because of this crazy lady in Texas who made Congress pass that law. So if we've asked God out of this country, what else bad wouldn't happen here? You know what I mean? So I feel like the ultimate is to get God back into our hearts as people and just to love ourselves. So I guess that is it. I don't know if you guys have any other comments on what I have talked about today. Please leave it in the comment section below. And also, let's be kind and civil to each other in the comments. Even if we don't agree with each other, let's try to be civil and kind to each other. Let's get a conversation started. Hi guys, welcome back. So this is the look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I had to do a voiceover, and I hope that you guys are starting to enjoy my voiceovers as well as the regular videos where I talk through them. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you haven't seen my last video, it will be linked up here or on the screen after this video. Also make sure that you follow me on social media. All my information will be on the screen. Same name on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. And it'll also be in my description box. All my contact information will be in my description box. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.